Imagine a wave you can surf for more than 2 minutes straight. Yeah, it exists and it's called El Faro and it's in Peru. El Faro means lighthouse, which is actually a landmark right in front of where the wave begins. It's a point break where the waves goes only to the left. On the right swell, this wave is run for nearly 2 kilometers around the bay as it wraps around the point. It starts working around 2 feet and works up to 6 or 8 feet. This wave has different sections. The first one is actually behind the rock, which is actually the engine of a boat that has been stuck there for decades. The first section is a fast, powerful part of the wave that in the bigger days turns into a barrel. After the rock, the wave slows down, which creates a clean canvas for rail surfing all the way to the end. The ideal conditions here is a southwest swell as close to the low tide as possible. But don't worry about the bottom. Even though it's round rocks, it's pretty deep water. In the mornings there's no wind. In the afternoon the onshore picks up a bit but gets lighter close to the sunset. The best season starts in May, building consistently as the Peruvian winter approaches. Peaks through June and July and starts declining by the end of October. But keep in mind that this wave is very consistent year round, offering plenty of fun days during the off season. As for getting in the lineup, as you can see in the picture, there's a current that pulls you to the left. So you need to walk past the point and start paddling so the current pulls you to the peak. The pedal out is actually very quick because the peak is quite close to the shore, as you can walk for half of it. It's not a must, but if you have those neoprene boots or reef boots, it gets quite nice not having to worry about what rocks you step into. And once you reach the lineup, you just take off the boots and put inside of your wetsuit. When you get a wave, you can just paddle around to get back. This is really good paddling training because as you can see, no waves break here. And if you're used to beach breaks, you know how taking waves on the head and this water turbulence makes it really hard to just focus on your breathing and paddling technique. But the days it comes close to 7 or 8 foot, the current gets pretty strong. So you can get a wave and at the end point your boards towards the bay and use the white water to just go back to the shore and you just can walk up to the point again. Because it would be so hard to paddle against the current. Or I saw some locals that were just surfing the first section and paddling back out because above the current is not as strong as in the later section. But keep in mind that those big days there are boat services. For $20 they pick you up and drop you off at the peak for 3 hours. While it isn't mandatory, I recommend it so you get more waves and save energy. If I didn't answer a question you might have, just ask in the comment section down below. For equipment, you should definitely bring your own board since this region is really limited in terms of buying and renting new quality boards because it's pretty far from the capital of where the big surf shops actually are. For the quiver, I recommend you just bring your everyday shortboard, but if you're not really confident in your paddling endurance, I suggest you to bring a board with more volume so you don't get tired as quickly. But people here surf longboards, subs and foils. I believe this wave is better suited for intermediates to advanced, especially for intermediates trying to get those reps in for turns, cutbacks and curves. It's a serious like burning wave as you can try to go for 20 or 30 maneuvers. It's basically a wave pool but much bigger. As for risk, the only risk is for surfing the first sections, because there are days where it breaks really close to the rock, so if you wipe out or can't skip a section, maybe you can fall on it. But if you surf right next to the rock onwards, totally risk-free. The water is cold, but if you're from Europe or some truly freezing place, it is not like that. You'll be totally fine with a 3-2 wetsuit. And that's one of the things I actually think it's good because if you compare this quality of wave to tropical warm waters, like in Central America, the crowd is like 10 times less. To be honest, there is no crowd. The most I've ever surfed with was like 7 people, and when they get a wave, you won't see them for a bit because of how long their ride was. Also, there isn't that much locals who surf here because of the logistics of the city. that I will explain in the next video about accommodation, transportation, and other stuff. If you found this guide helpful, please consider buying me a coffee in the link below so I can continue making guides for other spots. And if you have clips of yourself surfing, send me on the same link for free video analysis.